video is about how I became a model. I've been modeling for over 8 years. I've got a lot of experience in all the different areas of the modeling industry. So from commercial work, editorial, catwalks, music videos, a bit of acting. So, you know, I've done it all really. So I've got a lot of questions about my personal journey, how I got into modeling, and also you know, young girls mostly ask me what they can do and how they can get into the industry. So I decided to create this video, actually 2 videos. This first one is going to be about my personal journey, how I started, how old I was, you know, which agencies I approached, or maybe not agencies at all, and how my career developed over the years. And the second video is going to be about what steps you can take to become a model, and, you know, the tips, my advice from all the mistakes that I made, all the you know, experience that I've gained from this industry. I'm going to share it with you. So if you want to see the second video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. But yeah, let's get started. I started modeling when I was 17, so I have to say I wasn't scouted or anything. I wasn't particularly like skinny or slim. I guess I was cute, but I really wanted, you know, like any girl's, I guess it's any girl's dream to try and become a model. So I was like, oh, I really want to try it, just, you know, see how it is. And what I've done is I started research on the internet how you know, can get into the industry. And so first of all, I found out that it's useful to have professional shots of you. So the first thing I've done, I found out about this thing called Test for Prints, or now, you know, Test for Digitals. Where like photographers who are starting up and models who are starting up, they get together and just take some nice pictures for their portfolio. No one gets paid. It's just, you know, both parties kind of invest their time in creating some beautiful work. So the first thing I've done is I used to live in Germany, so when I started doing this I was in Germany living with my parents, obviously a 17-year-old, still going to school. So I was living also in this really small place, so there was really nothing around, not many photographers either. So I contacted this woman, photographer from Hamburg, and she was interested in taking pictures. So I asked my parents if they can drive me, so we drove over. Obviously also when you start up, I think you have to be like super careful who the photographers are, what kind of, you know, shoots they've done before, because there are lots of black sheep there. That's why I asked my parents to come along as well. Yeah, no, so she took a few pictures of me, and this is how, and they didn't look that bad, so I was thinking, wow, I was really encouraged to continue doing it. So I kept taking different shots for my portfolio, building up my portfolio over time, and then at some point I started approaching modeling agencies. And it happened, so for me personally, I think I'm not a typical model type. So as I said, I'm not ultra skinny, I'm not a typical catwalk model, I'm 5'8", so I'm not super tall either. So I started contacting those really high-end agencies, and I got lots of rejections, and I was really upset. And then finally I contacted this agency, and they were based quite far away from where I was living. So they were sort of in South Germany, and I was living all the way up north. So I contacted them, and they're like, yeah, I think you look great, but you still need more shots for a portfolio. Just come down, we do like a photo shoot, and then if we like you, we sign a contract, and then, you know, we just do it. Me again, I asked my parents, my dad, if he can drive me down. So we drove all the way. I think it was something ridiculous, like, I don't know, 300 kilometers. It was a really long journey. So we went all the way down. we took pictures. They were alright. I mean, there was a professional makeup artist on spot, and at the end of it, it was really weird. So I guess I got a bit burned on that one, because at the end of the test shoot, the guy who owned the agency was like, well, you know, we're happy for you to sign a contract with us, but there are two things. So either we're going to send you to any casting, and you have to attend every single casting we send you to, or because we want to get the money back that we spent on this photo shoot, basically. Or you pay for the photo shoot straight away, and then you kind of like can decide whether you can go to a casting or not. And obviously, because I was living so far away, and I came all the way down, I kind of wanted to get signed with an agency finally, but at the same time didn't want to take the risk of like being sent to any casting that they send me to. You know, what if I'm away on holiday or whatever. So we decided to pay for the pictures, and I think back then it was like 300 euros. So it wasn't cheap, I have to say. It was, I guess, alright. I mean, the pictures were okay, but they were not like freaking amazing. So we paid for the pictures, and I never heard anything back from this guy, so it was a bit of a wasted money. And I really, really advise you, be careful when you do something like this. So it was kind of a negative experience for me, but hey, you learn from your mistakes. What happened afterwards is I just started sort of freelance modeling. So I applied directly for you know, shoots or any kind of work that I could get. There are lots of especially now, there are lots of different websites where, like Star Now or Model Mayhem, these two are the biggest ones, where people just put up work, and they try to kind of avoid paying the agency fee, so they go directly on these websites and liaise with models. It is a good way if you don't have an agency. If you have an agency, please avoid this kind of pages. They are, most of the time, is a big rip-off, because an agency is there for you to negotiate your fees. And usually now, for example, I've got an agency, usually, you know, my daily pay would be about 300-400 pounds, and if you go on this kind of websites, the usual daily fee would be about £100, and they know that they can get away with it because there are so many people looking to do modeling jobs. So they really, you know, they're like, oh, I don't care how much you pay me, I just want to do it. So they really put the prices down, which is really bad for the industry. But yeah, if you don't have an agency, you kind of don't really have a choice. So I did that for a while, and then I moved to UK. I started to study, so I was studying in Germany first, and I was doing modeling on the side. But in Germany, especially where I was living in Bremen, honestly, there's really not much going on. I mean, Hamburg or Munich maybe, Berlin maybe, but in Bremen, it was dead. Nothing is happening there in the modeling world. So it was a big change for me when I came to London to study. And I remember the first job that I took, it was, or the first job that I got cast, and it was for a music video, and I went there and I was really excited. Everything was new, and I attended the casting and I got the job straight away, which was really cool. It was for a music video, and after that I've done lots of different. So I was actually freelancing a lot as well. But then I also started to look for agencies, and I got signed with a few agencies, non-exclusive, and it was okay. I mean, I got sent to a few castings, got a few jobs, got some jobs myself for freelancing, and you know, did like catwalks, a few commercials, a few music videos, etc., etc., etc. And then after a while I decided to go more into acting as well. So now I got an acting agent as well. I got a bit bored of modeling, to be honest. I think for me personally, I don't think I've got like a massive career. I just like it because it's good, nice income on the side, and it's really good fun. I really enjoy it, and that's the main reason I do it. I did try to do it full time after I graduated from university, and I found it very, very stressful. So I told my agent, hey, I'm full time now, just send me to more castings. And it was a bit annoying. So imagine, in a day you've got 3-4 castings. They're all like spread around London, so it's not like they're all at the same place. So you spend like 4 hours traveling around, and then from north to south, from east to west, and then you have to wait there with other models for your turn when you turn up to the casting. And basically you go to like 4 castings. You might get 1 job out of it, you might get none out of it. So it felt like wasted time for me, to be honest. So I did it, I found it very stressful, and I decided that I don't want to do it full time. And luckily for me, that time my friend offered to start a business together. So we started a fashion tech company called Looks Good in Me. We created this app where you get your friends to become your style advisors. So whenever you go shopping and you can't decide what to wear, you take a picture and ask advice from lots of different people at the same time, and you get like really quick feedback, because you give them for example 5 minutes time limit to respond. So yeah, I'm doing this now, and I'm still doing modeling on the side. And also what I started doing is I signed up to lots of different background extra agencies, and they occasionally do commercial and modeling work, funnily enough, but sometimes also really cool films. And you don't have to like be particularly like have a specific size or be like super tall, and it pays alright as well. So I've been doing that for a bit. Obviously now that I want to do more serious acting, this kind of background work is not really working for me anymore, so I'm raising my standards. But yeah, that's pretty much my story, to be honest. So I hope it's helpful for you. I mean, my point is you don't have to be the next, I don't know, Cara Delevingne to become a model. You can be if you have some kind of charm, you look cute, you look nice, just go for it. If you want to try it out, because you live only once. If you don't do it, you regret it. That's what I thought, at least. And I tried it out and I really enjoyed it. And the longer you do it, the more contacts you build up, and you end up getting booked from people you worked with before. So it is a lovely industry. And also think about what area of modeling you want to work in. So there's 2 main things. Parts of it is kind of editorial work or commercial work. And editorial work is all about the pictures that you see in the fashion magazines or catwalks or anything like to do with high fashion. And commercial work is what you see on TV adverts, kind of like more normal looking people rather than like crazy, amazingly beautiful models where you'd be like, yeah, no one can identify with this kind of person, So, and funnily enough, fashion, like high fashion, pays way worse than commercial work. So if you do it for money, just focus on commercial work. If you just want really amazing pictures and you want to be in a magazine, then and you have a certain look, you have to be very skinny for that. Unfortunately, it's still the truth. Then we go for that. So yeah, this is it. I hope you really enjoyed the video, and I hope it was helpful to find out about my personal journey. The next video I'm going to do is going to be just some steps and tips for you to implement if you are interested in becoming a model. So stay tuned, and I've got another one for you. So I launched this really cool range of phone covers. They're called Looks Good on Me, and they're mirrored. So every time you take a mirror selfie, on your picture it says Looks Good on Me. And I'm going to leave like a link in the description box, and if you subscribe to my fashionartista.com blog, you can win one. So go for it. If you and I've got them for iPhone 5, 6 and 6 Plus. So yeah, if you've got an iPhone, just subscribe to my blog and you might win one. I'll announce the winner at the end of this month. So yeah, have fun. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, by the way, and leave me a comment. Leave me a comment about any kind of modeling experience you had, or what you think was different from what you expected, whether my story was helpful for you. I really just would love to hear about you and your input. So yeah, I hope to hear from you soon. Bye!